Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name is Austin. If stars Ryan Reynolds and Kaylee Fleming, and it's also directed by John Krasinski. John Krasinski. John Krasinski. I'm just gonna move on. After discovering she can see everyone's imaginary friends, a girl embarks on a magical adventure to reconnect forgotten ifs with their kids. The trailers for this movie weren't the greatest, to be honest. I looked at this the trailers for it, and I'm like, that's definitely a kids movie. Yeah, we'll see how well this goes. And I actually came out really liking this movie. Does it have its problems? 100%. There is definitely some weird scenes with Ryan Reynolds creeping through girl's kid's room, and I'm like, that's not okay. I that's not okay. I thought this movie was fun. I think Kaylee Fleming, I'm pretty sure that's how you say her name, really does a good job at holding up this movie. If you guys don't know, you might know her from The Walking Dead, and so she had some parts in that show where I'm like, okay, yeah, her acting's fine, but here she really proves with her acting. She honestly has a lot of good acting chops, and kind of the disappointing part of this movie really is Ryan Reynolds. He's in the movie a lot, but he's just kind of just there. He isn't really just he's not that Ryan Reynolds that is funny. He's just kind of like mopey most of the time. He's like, what? Well, he's kind of always mopey, and it's like, okay, well, that's kind of like a letdown. It makes sense to his character, and next his character arc, it makes sense. But it's like I wanted a little bit more of that whole that fun Ryan Reynolds. The thing that people goes to see Ryan Reynolds is to be Ryan Reynolds, not this mopey type of guy. Like people complain about how Luke Skywalker for The Last Jedi, people wanted to go see Luke Skywalker, not this old grumpy ass dude, which I do like, but I also don't like. But we're not going to get into The Last Jedi. That's a whole different movie topic. You have this little girl who is dealing with the loss of her mom, and also dealing with that her dad could be also dealing with with her mom's same faith, and so we kind of go back between with the hospital and with her dad, spending time in the hospital, waiting to get the surgery and hoping the surgery goes well, but while also that she is out, but while also having that her dad wants her to go out and still be a kid because she's of course still she's just that character, that kid character is like, I'm not a kid, I'm a grown adult, which I can somewhat buy. Like I can see kids somewhat acting like that. It's like, I'm not a kid anymore. All right, some kids want to be treated like an adult, but then goes through the character arc of just being a kid. So I like that. I think they handled that pretty well. And the different variants of ifs were kind of cool. Like you have I forget his name, Stephen Carell. He plays this big purple type of if, like this big colorful type of if. I thought he was kind of funny in the film. I thought he was probably going to be the most annoying thing, and honestly, I kind of he was probably my favorite if out of the whole entire film. So you have this girl who is going around and realizing that she can see imaginary friends, and Ryan Reynolds and these ifs need her help to basically either find new kids so they can have so those kids can have imaginary friends, or help get their old kids to be able to see their old imaginary friends back. Which I feel like that's kind of like a spoiler, but I guess that's what the movie wants to really focus on. But that wasn't really the focus point until literally the third act, until they realize maybe they're doing it wrong. So I don't know why they have that as the description, but that's the point in a movie. And the thing is about this movie, it is kind of somewhat predictable. There's this one thing with Ryan Reynolds' character that I thought they were going to do, and which they did do. But some kids won't really pick up on that. They will actually see it through and be like, "Oh wow, what?" But overall, this is a fun movie. It works for what it is, and it has some of that almost edginess type of Pixar film. And they describe this as a live action Pixar film. And there's some jokes that I could see being in an old Pixar film. Like there's a joke in the trailer about a banana not wearing pants. It's a unique idea. It's an original story but it kind of could have been better worked with, like, with better writing and all that, because there is definitely like stuff throughout the film of if saying like, "Oh, she's back," but she never really asks the questions like, "How do you guys know who I am?" There's not a lot of like answering those type of questions, because if they do answer the questions, then like somewhat of the thin writing of like a certain reveal towards the end would be ruined. But at the same time, it's like there is like so many different questions. It's like you kind of need to answer those type of questions. Like they explore this like new, like, I don't know, realm for ifs where they can go and stay if they don't have like a kid to look after, I guess. Like they don't have like a kid friend, and they don't and you this girl can like mess with this world. It's like, okay, she's using her imagination to change up the place. Cool. Are we going to explore that? No. You don't really get to explore any of the ifs, and it's like, okay, so there's imagining friends out in the world. Yep, that's pretty much it. All right. Yep, that's all that we're going to explore. I'm going to give If a B minus. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.